guys. I've arrived at Valley of Fire State Park. We are only going to drive through, but we are here to see one thing today. Atlatl Rock. It's the most important part of this park to me, is the native history. There's quite a bit over here that we're gonna go check out. So let's go see this while there's not very many people. Okay, good times. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we have made it to the top of the stairs. Just a short little hike up these stairs from the parking lot, just over there. But you know what? A lot of people look at these petroglyphs and don't realize that this is what the natives that sat up here, this is what they really wanted us to see. This is what it was that they looked at every day. They would sit up here and hunt animals. They would sit in the shade of this in the heat and wait for animals to go running through this canyon, and that's when they went after them and got their kill. So a lot of people don't understand native petroglyphs and art and all that, but that's what it's about. It tells a story of the people that came before the currents. You know, whoever's living today, this is the story of those that lived a long time ago, and it told, you know, newer generations how to live. It was like a map of survival, and sometimes it was just out of boredom, and sometimes it was, you know, to mark their tribal territory and such like that. But you know, you can see the markings that people have done, and then there's crap here. I mean, that's why they had to do this, unfortunately. I'm sure not even that long ago you had to walk up here on your own. But pretty awesome, guys. I picked a pretty good day to come through. Now I recommend, if you're coming through this park, because of the way you want that color, the booming color, you really want to come and plan it according to where the sun is. So if you're going to go northbound the 15, you want to come in the afternoon so the sun is at your back going through the park. And then if you're going to go southbound, you want to come in the morning. I'm actually reversing that, doing the wrong thing, but I'm taking my time, gonna stop off at a few places. But very cool sight. So the desert varnish that you see up here, that's what enabled them to etch into the stone, particularly like that one there. But you notice no petroglyphs here in the lighter stuff, but as soon as you get to that dark stuff, boom, they put some in there. There's thousands of them around the corner that a lot of people never even see, so we'll go look at those too. But yep, this is the famous Atlatl site. They say they don't know the meaning, but if you study native, you know, basically native stories and symbolism and all that, you can kind of put it together. I mean, you see the ladder to the sky, and then you see the Atlatl with the animal, the hunting, and well, that's usually a sign of snakes or water. And then they actually have petroglyphs like that in Colorado called white bird. Very similar. You can look those up. Google white bird pictograph and you'll see those. They look just like that. So you can see a native killing animals, and then it's weird because it's like connected to this huge foot, and usually what that meant is that there was like a connection for them at some level that they were trying to get across. I've seen this it looks like a cross. It's not, but it's another, I can't remember right now, but you'll see these in New Mexico. It's very common in New Mexico. So very neat, very neat. The circle of life is very common in petroglyphs too. So very neat, guys. Love the site. 100% worth seeing. You can see all in here. There's some across the way. But yeah, they would sit up here and hang out in the shade. I mean, I'm sure right now, as it sits, it's got to be at least 20 degrees cooler up here than it is down in the valley. I know down there out in the sun, my car was reading 94. So we're gonna head down and go look at the other sites. When you're here, don't forget, look to your right. There are petroglyphs all around. There's some even down over here that a lot of people probably walk right by. So make sure you stop and see the other sites. Very important on petroglyph sites to take your time and look around, because they had a lot of time up here to make these, so take the time to look at them and appreciate them. Alright guys, let's go see the next one. This little sneaky guy on the way out. Check those out right there. You can see where these are. On the way out, look for that little arch next to the stairs. A lot of people miss those, you know. So make sure you stop and check it all out. This gentleman's just getting started. Pretty neat, guys. Alright, we're gonna go look at some other stuff before we get out of here. So guys, just as a reminder, when you visit these sites, have respect for the other visitors. I can't tell you how many times I visit these parks. I mean, sometimes it's cultural, you know, I understand. Like for example, we have a car full of Russians, speaking Russian, that were here, and man, that guy just would not stop talking. Just loud as can be. I mean, you gotta understand, people are trying to enjoy the sights, so when you're here, keep a low voice, you know? Keep a low voice, keep quiet, let others enjoy the scenery. Like this amazing creosote that is blooming. Very pretty. So we're gonna go check out these over here. The backside looks pretty neat too. So we're gonna make our way through the lichen covered mountain here. I had a teacher a long time ago that taught me how to age this, the lichen, and I can't remember. I just know that the colors represent different ages, and believe it or not, those lichen are some of the oldest things on the earth. A lot of people don't know that. Very, very, very old. Takes a long time for those to form, especially in a climate like this. So let's make our way over here and see some more petroglyphs that are hidden back here. Thousands of bees. I hear bees everywhere in these bushes. Thousands. Good thing they're more occupied with those flowers. We're back here at the back of the rock here. What a sight, man. Just beautiful back here. It's so much cooler. It's no wonder they were back here. I mean, this is obviously a lot cooler. We're gonna go check out what's going on. Enjoy the scenery here. Alright guys. Looks like some native stairs right here. I wonder if the Park Service did that, or I've seen things like that in New Mexico that are actually real. So I'm not sure. But we're here to see these. More spirals. Some herds of bighorn. Looks like a possible turtle in there. Just think the native that did that likely sat on one of these rocks, even though it might have fallen, but they sat right here and did that. That's awesome. There was probably a lot more in these rocks that have gotten ruined. You can see right there. But I bet you less than a quarter of the people that visit Atlatl Rock here come and see these. Pretty neat. part of the fun is to walk barefoot. Take your shoes off and walk through this. This is ground up of this rock here. It's the silt from this rock that blows into this canyon when it's really windy. And because it gets trapped, it just falls, builds up. And then when the wind changes direction just right, it'll blow out of here as well. You can see how it's done that here, where it's blowing up this hill and then out. And you see that's how that's formed over many thousands of years. These are really what this is. These rocks are petrified dunes. That's what this is. That's why it looks like that. Then you get the desert varnish. Pretty neat, guys. Great stop. Glad I checked this out. Gonna come back here with the family, do all the rest of the stuff on another trip. But this is the big one. This is the main meat and potatoes of this park. And I'm sure if you do your research, you'll find there's many more petroglyph sites in this park that the Park Service doesn't advertise, but you're allowed to go see. So make sure you check that out. So one last thing before we leave. These little carve outs, what that does is wind does that. The wind beats on that rock right there probably a bunch of times a year, every year for a long time, and causes that. It's pretty neat. Eventually that will form an arch. You can see how it's beat into that, but it caved in. Alright, back through the flowers, guys. I can tell you like persistence, but I make you come and try.